So isn't it usually right after Thanksgiving that people start doing their top 10 lists of the year? I think that's when I usually do mine. Uh, I'm sure, are there more? I'm sure there are more records coming out this year, but I'm ready to get this out of the way. Um, I think it's been a good year. I'm discovering more and more new music as I get older. I think there was like a 5 to 10 year period where I was kind of just stuck in the stuff that I loved from the late 90s prior, maybe to the mid 2000s. But I don't know. There's just definitely a new appetite for good new music, and there is plenty of it. So uh, I'll probably do a separate like wrap up video with it where I'll talk about reissues and all the Vinyl Me Please stuff and um, best shows, best movie I saw, best book I read. But this one is just top 10 with a few extras. Uh, and I don't have all 10 on vinyl. But before I get into the top 10, a few that didn't make it, but very well could have if I had spent more time with them. Uh, the new Rolling Stones, which I do like. I'm looking forward to seeing them. I think I'll see them at Jazz Fest this year, which I'm thrilled about. Um, so I need some more time with that. One of the tracks from that came on when I was in the car yesterday, and I was like, "What's this?" Like in a good way, and I realized it was a track from the new Stones record. Was it Hackneyed Diamonds? Is the name of the record? So could have ended in my top 10. Just sort of need some more time with it. There's a band that I discovered via somebody's channel called Colored Lights, which I've really enjoyed that record. Power pop, basically. Um, I can't remember where I learned it, but I don't have that on vinyl. I do have the Stones on vinyl, so I don't know why I didn't pull it out. Uh, but you've all seen there's a million different versions of that album cover. The Mitski album, I do have that on vinyl, and I've really enjoyed it, but just need more time with it. I probably only listened to it twice all the way through. I originally had it in my top 10, then some other things came in and it got bumped. But that's a record I plan on spending a lot more time with. The Jim O'Rourke, excuse me, I believe it is a soundtrack to a movie that I did see. And it's totally escaping me. So I need to spend some time with that. And then the new Pornographers record. I'm a huge fan of theirs. I haven't really gotten into their last few records, but I need to give that record more time. So here's the top 10 from 10 down. And at number 10, unopened, which a lot of these are, is the William Egleston record 512. William Egleston, most of you know him as the photographer. He's done a His photos have landed on many album covers by bands like Spoon, Big Star. Radio City is a Eggleston photo. I think the Silver Jews, did he do one of their, or Pavement? I can't remember which. But he's on the cover. His photos are on many, many covers. I think he's considered like the father of color photography. Not long ago, I went through a William Egleston phase where I was buying every book he put out. I watched the documentary on him, and he's releasing records now, and they're good. Another thing as I've gotten older is more of an interest in sort of a minimalist, like Brian Eno-ish sound, and that's what these records are. It's Egleston playing piano. It looks like Brian Eno is on this record, plays bells. Sam Amidon as well, if I'm pronouncing that right, who I believe is on None Such Records, who I saw perform once in Massachusetts. He has two records, and I really like them both. I've listened to this digitally a bunch of times, and I will soon open it and listen to it on vinyl. And he's 86. He's in his 80s. And if I had to name the 10 artists across like all different mediums that have had the biggest impact on me. Egleston would maybe be in the top five. So check that out if you've got if you're looking for something new to listen to. Oh, 9. I'm doing the Mazzy thing where he brings up his iPad sometimes. I like that touch. So number 9 is it's not showing full screen. The Andre 3000 record, New Blue Sun. It's another minimalist record. I've listened to it a bunch of times. I love it. I watched a long interview with him. And he did an interview from a laundromat where apparently he goes to this laundromat all the time. I think it's in LA. And it was such an interesting interview. He's just such an interesting guy. It was like, I think it was a long one, like maybe it was the GQ. I'll try to find the link or I'll try to find the video and post the link. But it's worth watching. Really, really good. And I'm gonna listen to this record more and more. It's not available on vinyl yet, not that I'm aware of. I think it's coming out in January. But I love it. Number 8, also don't have on vinyl, is, I'm gonna hold it this way this time. It's larger, bigger screen. Yola Tango's This Stupid World. Yola Tango's early records, especially Fake Book, which is mostly covers, and then I Can Hear the Heart Beating is another. Painful I really loved. But I haven't really gotten into their last few records, but this one I played a bunch and really liked it. So I need to get it on vinyl. Let me see, I think I have the rest that I'm gonna show, I have all on vinyl. So 8 and 9, I do not. But Yola Tango, I'm thinking of seeing them. I think they're playing the Fillmore soon. They're always great. At number 7, Bonnie Prince Billy's Keeping Secrets Will Destroy You. Listened to this a bunch in the last month. Has some great songs on it. Everything Will Oldham, almost everything Will Oldham I love. He's got like 7,000 records under Palace, Bonnie Prince Billy, all sorts of other names, I think. Palace Records, Palace Music, maybe. But he just keeps putting out great records. Such a talent, such a great songwriter. He's also a great actor. I just recently bought the movie Old Joy. It's like, I think it's a Criterion now that Will Oldham was in, and I need to rewatch it. So that's at number 7. At number 6, I think this will be in a lot of people's top 10s. The Sufjan. I always say Sufjan Stevens. I think it's Sufjan. Let me know in the comments, or I'll look it up. Javelin, a record that I haven't spent a ton of time with, but what I have, as you're seeing, a lot of these are still wrapped. It's because I've listened to them digitally. And I have 2 copies of this. I don't know how, but I'll do a giveaway. I think I mentioned that on my last video that I'm going to do a giveaway. This and Kronos Quartet plays Philip Glass. I have multiple copies of by accident. I think I ordered them and then picked them up right before they were delivered. Forgotten that I had ordered them probably months earlier. But what I've heard, I've really liked on this record, and I like everything he puts out, just about everything. So that just misses my top 5. At number 5 is the Wilco record Cousin. You all know, probably my favorite band. The beautiful artwork. I discovered who this artist is. I believe he's a Japanese photographer who takes photos of plants, and this is a plant that was frozen. It's just a gorgeous shot. Typical minimalist back for Wilco. The good songs on here are great, and to me, the great songs are Infinite Surprise. Wilco really knows how to start an album out. They've done it a number of times. Misunderstood on Being There, I Am Trying to Break Your Heart on Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, Art of Almost, Just they have these like massive opening tracks, and this is another one. Infinite Surprise, just a gorgeous band song. And then Soldier Child and Meant to Be are two fantastic songs. And then a few others that I like. Pittsburgh I like. Evicted I like. But then it's a little bit bumpy for me. But you know I love a band if I'm not that crazy about the record and they still fall in the top five. So Wilco, Cousin, maybe with more time it'll go higher, or maybe not. Breaking a little bit of a rule here, this is a covers record, but it's new material from this band, and it's Jeff Tweedy's former bandmate Jay Ferrar with Sunvolt, Day of the Doug, a tribute to Doug Somm. Fantastic album, really spirited, upbeat covers of the great Doug Somm. I love how it opens and ends with voicemail messages that Doug left Jay Ferrar. Classic. But it starts after the voicemail message with "Sometimes you've got to stop chasing rainbows." Just great. Jay Ferrar was made to cover Doug Somm. And I'm going to go back and listen to some more Doug Somm after spending a lot of time with this record. Down to top three. So this one is more of, I think it's going to be in my top three. So the more I listen to it, the more I like it, and the more original I think it sounds. And it's just leaving an impression. And this is by the band Wednesday, Rat Saw God. Saw this on a lot of people's lists. Some people were calling them an alt country band. I don't get that. They seemed like maybe like the Black Angels, just like very guitar driven. I did hear the one song that has some pedal steel, but I keep going back to this record and I like it more and more every time I listen to it. Caught me by surprise. Had never heard of this band until a few months ago, but I really want to see them live too. I have to imagine that they are incredible live. Top two. At number 2, Boy Genius' The Record. Listen to this all year long. I am friends. I am a fan of all of their individual music. Phoebe Bridgers, Lucy Dacus, and is it Julian Baker? I think that's it. Just a tremendous record. I saw them at Coachella. It was the highlight of Coachella, them and Wise Blood. I always thought it was pronounced Wyas Blood, but it's Wise Blood. Just those two acts are what I remember most about Coachella. But Boy Genius, and what a trajectory they're on. Like, they all have incredible solo careers, and now they've created this, I guess it's a super group, that is selling out Madison Square Garden, and it like happened quickly, or it seemed quickly. They were just on SNL. Phoebe Bridgers, I think, is one of the greatest talents alive right now, and she just seems like such a cool person too. So this almost made number 1. It was a battle the last 72 hours or so. And in at number 1, shocking even to me because I did not like this record when it first came out, and I was wrong. I think this is the second best record by this artist in his current incarnation, or his current band, and that is Jason Isbell's Weather Vanes. I don't know why I didn't like it at the outset. I've talked a bunch about how I think that Southeastern, I think, is one of the greatest records of all time. No doubt about it in my mind. Cover Me Up is the best song of the past decade, and that record, Flying Over Water, Stockholm, just tremendous songs on that record. I have 4 copies of Southeastern on vinyl. Just reissued a bunch this year. That'll probably go in my other best of videos. But King of Oklahoma, Middle of the Morning, Vestavia Hills, When We Were Close, Miles, White Beretta. This top to bottom is just a great record. It's a Pitchfork ranking, 8.8, maybe. Boy Genius would be right around there, 8.8, maybe 8.7. But Jason Isbell and Boy Genius might be the best two things going in music for me right now. So just a tremendous, tremendous record that gets better and better with every listen. And that's it. 2023 top 10 records, my favorite 10 records of the year. Again, I'll be doing a second video probably about a week from now on other highlights from 2023. And I'm working on a bunch of other stuff as well. So thanks for tuning in. I think we've raised $12 for Backline so far, but keep the Cubs, already thinking about baseball. Keep the subs coming, and we will raise money for the wonderful organization that is Backline. And I think I said it was backline.org. It's not, it's backline.care. I put it in the description of my previous video. So thank you for the new subs. Every dollar matters, and I will talk to you all soon. Take care.